Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're talking about the divorce between Jeezy, the rapper Jeezy, and his still wife, but soon to be ex-wife, Jeanie Mai. Now, Jeezy decided to open up slightly. He didn't give any specifics, but he talked about him separating and, the future divorce with him and his wife, with Nia Long. A lot of people feel like Jeezy was trying to shoot his shot with Nia Long. I highly doubt it, but I don't know. I could be wrong. What do I know? All right, so let's get into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Haven't talked about is your current marriage and your current situation. And I think it would be unfair to you to not address that in this space where we're being really open and honest. And it doesn't have to be the details of anything.
Right.
But if you've done all of this work and you...
Damn, we really wanted the details, didn't we? We wanted the specifics, right? But Jesus said he ain't gonna do her like that.
You've given yourself that grace. And you've given yourself that space to grow. And you've given yourself permission to love self, right? Then what happens when a man gets to the point where they're just like, okay, I'm filing for divorce?
Integrity intact. I could never say anything that would not honor somebody.
Absolutely.
But I can tell you that this has not been a easy journey. Right. I can tell you that I'm saddened. I can tell you that I'm disappointed. I can tell you that I'm uneasy, right? But again, like, God has put me in a different path, and that path is going to entail for me to take care of myself and to love myself and to be in the best situation that I can thrive as someone who's been through all the things that I've been through.
It's kind of something you can't explain.
Yeah, you can't. The real thing is, like, I don't like to fail in anything.
Me either.
And,
I don't want to lose. I don't want to fail.
I don't want to fail, especially when I know what
you've poured in.
Right. And, as I sit across from you, like, I can only be responsible for myself.
True.
And I can only do what I can do, right? And I can't expect someone else to do what I'm doing.
But did you go to therapy with her?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
So you actually addressed it,
right,
tried to work through it, tried to do the work, and it just was like not happening. Well, then you tried.
Yeah.
I don't know about for you, but for me, it is a switch.
Right.
And when that switch goes
off... Is that what
off...
that was your switch?
Go on. Yeah.
Right.
But, I had to realize for myself that anything that happened in the last, year and a half of my life, that shouldn't have nothing to do with me.
And that's my
that
point
didn't
of
have
case.
anything to do with me. I was not embarrassed.
Right.
The way that Black people stood up for me and the way that Black women were like, oh, no, you don't do that to her. I was shocked because I didn't realize that what I had done or what I've done in my career had so much impact.
Well, I'll say this. I was wondering why Nia Long, do she got some kind of show or something? Why is she interviewing him? Maybe he just felt comfortable with her. But now I'm thinking maybe because she had that breakup and it was so public with old boy from the Boston Celtics, he cheated on her. So maybe that's why Nia Long was. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of why Nia Long. Maybe she got a show I don't know nothing about. I don't know. Let's get some more. Let's hear Jeezy talk about how his parents pretty much ruined him from even wanting to get married.
And then I got hit with Bell's palsy.
Oh, that's
and my face was crooked. That's like one of the last time I talked to my mother because I told her I was scared. I was like, I don't think my face will ever go back again because it was like crooked.
But do you remember what happened when? Because that's a emotional nerve thing.
I wasn't taking care of myself. I was drinking Cristal for breakfast and Waffle House.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was 260. I was just in bad shape. I got an album out that's doing well.
Yeah,
I'm going around the world. I'm at war. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing friends left and right. I'm at war with people who have, at the time, way more money than I did, more influence and power.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm just holding my own. Right?
Again, under that sink.
And it's just like the same people that told me they was my brothers, now they trying to kill me. Like, imagine that. right? And this ain't like around the corner. This is state to state, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
now,
Okay, my bad. That was the one about him talking about having Bell's palsy and being sick and beefing with. I'm assuming he talking about Gucci Man. I don't know, but here's the part about his mother.
First thing before you marry someone, it's like, well, what is his relationship like with his mother?
I feel like my mother, it came from her not being raised right. Very violent, very verbal, very cold. I just remember that I was kind of on the outside because I looked so much like my father. They divorced, and all I know is my father just told me straight up, he'll never trust another woman again, which made me go, shit.
Well, what was that about?
Because whatever happened between them hurt him.
So one was not feeling safe and protected when you were molested.
Right.
Two was a void of love and compassion and acceptance from your mom.
Yeah.
And then the third one was, okay, now I'm going to completely disconnect from myself here because there is no love here. And I'm going to go to the streets and I'm going to hustle and I'm going to make money and I'm going to prove that I'm worthy of this love and I'm going to be somebody.
Right. When I left my mother's house, I had to be around 13, 14 maybe.
Yeah.
And the reason why I left because she pulled a gun on me, right?
Okay.
And basically told me, like, you know, you're going to either do what I say or I'm going to take you out of this world type thing. I was just like, yo,
Why was she so hard?
I don't really know her father like that. And as I get older, I start to realize that you just never know what somebody went.
Okay, so y'all heard some of that, and I want to speak on that part because I think a lot of us, we look at each other right now, the state of the world at the end of 2023, and a lot of men and women hate each other. We don't want to date each other. We don't want to love each other. We for damn sure don't want to marry each other. And what he said was so real. You never know what somebody been through. A lot of us have childhood trauma that we haven't dealt with. A lot of us, you can't even talk to your parents about some of the stuff that went down in y'all childhood home because they got a selective memory and they don't want to address it because they don't want to take accountability for the stuff they did.
Nope.
And then we take that into different marriages and relationships and we wonder why we can't make it work. So that's something that I definitely feel him on, you know, and just think about him making himself vulnerable enough to be in a relationship. And I want to say this, I know y'all not gonna like it, but I'm gonna say it any damn way. I'm not down with the swirl. I've mentioned that in several videos, and whenever something like this come up, I'm gonna say it again. You know, me personally, I'm not down with the swirl. I don't wish anything bad on anyone, but common sense, the creator made a man and a woman of each ethnic background. So what are we doing mixing? I mean, that's another story for another day. And no, I'm not a hater. Been married 19 years to a black man, okay? Not hating. I'm just saying, for the record, I personally don't believe in the swirl. However, and I'm not the only one, okay? Believe it or not, most ethnicities don't believe in mixing. They don't want they kid bringing your black ass home, believe it or not, okay? Especially if you ain't got no money. Now, moving on. I still find it unfortunate because to hear a man say that this is sad, that he don't even want to badmouth her, like he want to keep the integrity, he don't want to say anything about her. That shows that he cares about her. He wanted his marriage to work, but for whatever reason he didn't give specifics. They couldn't figure out how to make it work. But I think it's very sad, but I also think that Jeanie may have played a role. And I know sometimes people do that, right? Some people pretend, you know, they hide them true selves to get in good or get married or get to a certain point, and then they let the real them come out. You know, it's the saying, you don't even know somebody till you live with them. So I think that she was a feminist, independent woman type of chick. Maybe it was a good look for her to get with him so she could have some kind of clout and cross racial barriers and vice versa. Maybe it helped him, you know, in the sense of being with someone from another ethnic group. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, you know, speaking in general. Who knows? None of us know. Yo nosy behind either, just like I don't know. But I do think that they had some kind of benefit, right? There's benefits in being married. And I think that they, career speaking, you know, it benefited the both of them to get together because wasn't nobody thinking about her or Jeezy. Jeezy got multiple children, I believe by multiple people. And then we all know she was married to a white man and it didn't work out. So, and she didn't want to have kids with the white man. And there's clips of her saying Jeezy is her equal. Everybody kind of drug her for that. You're not his equal. He's the man. He's the leader. He's the head. You'll never be a man's equal, which I do agree with on that. As a married person, there's no match when it comes to a husband and wife. And that's fine, that we were all created differently to have different roles. But most of us saw this, especially with her comment about the dark meat that went viral. I did a video on this, so you can go back and look at it. The comment that she made about she prefers white meat and dark meat is something for the side. Sometimes people say things, but they do a subliminal, and sometimes we overlook things. A lot of us feel like Jeezy overlooked a lot of her traits that were not the best, just because for whatever reason. Maybe he was blinded by love. I don't know. I'm not really too invested in celebrities. I just talk about stuff that's trending because that's what you got to do. And furthermore, like I said, I'm not even down with interracial couples. I don't. That's not something that I condone or allow for my children. But anyway, to each his own. So, I do got one more clip for you guys. Nia Long. It's almost like he was like looking to Nia for her opinion or whatever. But Nia Long had one last piece of advice for Jeezy.
You can still love them. You can still wish them the best. You can still, you might have moments where you want to cuss somebody out. Like, that's normal. Like, we have feelings and emotions, but you can love people right where they are.
Right.
Because to me, that's really a sign of my own personal growth. If you can love the person that hurt you.
Right. But you mean love them from afar?
You love them from afar.
Right.
You wish them well. You bless them on their journey, and you hope that the next time around that they have the opportunity to do the work that they do the work.
Yeah, I feel Nia on that. That's all fine and cool. That's very mature, but it takes time to get there. When you first break up with somebody, that ain't necessarily how it's going. I would say that I wish the best for them, but I'm going to keep it a buck. I like to see my men with they woman and vice versa. So for me, it's, oh well, it's Hollywood, right? These people, y'all, save it. They don't give a damn about me. I don't give a damn about them and their marriage, just to keep it real. I feel bad for him being sad and hurting. I don't like to see people hurt. I'm not heartless, but in the same breath, I'm not with interracial relationships. So whatever. Like I said, it's trending, so we covered it. They do got a baby in the mix. I feel bad about that, but sometimes I just wonder about people. He didn't feel the need to marry any of the black women he had kids with, but he felt the need to marry her, only for her to be so aggressive, non-feminine. Sometimes I hear the rhetoric online. I try not to engage too much in it, but these other ethnicities of women are not more feminine. I mean, this is the classic example. And I know a lot of people say, well, she's Americanized and that's why. And that could be, her mama and brother supposed to moved in with them and was probably trying to run the show. Who really knows? None of us really know what's going on behind closed doors. But to me, I'm sorry, the way I am, be the person I really am, the black man and the black woman, and that's just, and the black child. That's just it. But anyway, thank y'all for rocking with me on another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.